And a lot of traditional based companies are following suit what network marketing has been doing for decades. You know, companies right now are rewarding existing consumers to bring more customers to that business through credit, free travel, whatever it is, or free cook, whatever in different industries. Network marketing's been like that for decades. All network marketing is rewarding existing customers of the product or service to get other customers to the product or service and getting rewarded for it. How we're going to do it though in this company with Ibuumerang is we're going to create a first-class consumer experience for us customers and success without selling for our ambassadors. So that keyword there, selling. The reason that network marketing needs to evolve is this. Not everyone likes to sell. And what your perception of network marketing may be before and after is chucked all over social media. Or false income claims all over social media. Or people, being a bit cheesy and marketing a laptop lifestyle as soon as they join a business, and it's not like that straight away. It's a real business, right? So some people may be annoyed with the industry because, especially of social media in the late years, social media has advanced network marketing so much, but it's also give it a disadvantage because obviously there's a little bit of fakeness and people are marketing in an uneducated way. But the main reason that people are not winning in the industry or have not been winning is because not everyone can sell. And network marketing has forced people to get good at things they don't like to do, which is sell and follow up. And people don't like to be sold to. So imagine if you could create success and create an income without having to sell to someone. That'd be pretty cool. So how we're going to do this, we're going to take the network marketing era from the taxi cab era, where customers have been paying more and only the strong recruiters have been winning. Again, only the people who've got the ability to sell have been winning, and customers have been paying a little bit too much money for an overpriced product when they can go on Amazon these days and get practically the same products, ship next day for free at half the price. So we're going to take the industry from the old model into the new model, exclusive to Ibuumerang. We only make money when our customers save money. Imagine that. Imagine not having to create an additional expense for your customers. You're only making money when your customers save money. And that's what's been happening in network marketing, is that we have to try and sell something to someone that they're not already using. So I've been in two great companies before Ibuumerang, two phenomenal companies, leading companies in the industry. However, people weren't already spending $160 a month on a day cream. So to have to educate them on why that day cream was so good at that much money and why it's better than all the other 1,000 day creams on the market, you have to be good at trying to do that. And that's why 97% of people have not been winning. Everybody don't already use, high quality shakes. So you've got to, as good as they are, you've got to get good at doing that and show people why, hey, look, you need to have this as opposed to this, right? You like this shake, so you've got to now choose it over another 10,000 that's available to you, right? So that's why people have not been winning, and because they've got to create an additional expense for someone that they're not really using, right? But what we're doing is we're only making money when our customers save money. So imagine getting paid to help someone save on something they were already in the mindset of buying, with state-of-the-art technology to help you succeed in that area. And that's what we're doing. So the man behind this company of Ibuumerang is Holton Buggs. So Holton Buggs is the most successful man to ever grace the network marketing profession. So, and what's so cool about this man is that he didn't just have a win-win situation at the start. He didn't just join the profession and earn millions in his first year, because that wouldn't be relatable, right? And it would have created the success that he's had. Now, what happened is he joined the profession in 1990. For the first 7 years, he never made more than $500 in 1 month. So he struggled. So as long as I've been in the industry right now, Holton never, in the first 7 years, made more than $500 in 1 month, right? Now, you might think, wow, that's not that great. Part-time, not that great. But then he realized what needed to change, and he persisted. And over the last 10 years, Holton's made over 100 million in one position in one company. That's never been done in the industry. The industry's highest check of all time, $3.2 million for 1 month. Again, you hear claims like that. That's why this is a disclaimer. But look, that's a true fact that Holton earned that type of money, and you're earning over $1 million a month. But I'm going to set the expectation. He's the greatest to ever have done it. That's like being a footballer and comparing yourself to Cristiano Ronaldo. He's the Cristiano Ronaldo of the industry. So this is the best of the best. He's gone from the lowest points to the highest points. So he knows what it takes to get from the lowest to the highest. And in this day and age, he's created a system where a lot more people can win. Personally created over 45 millionaires in the industry. Thousands indirectly, but directly mentored 45 people to make over $1 million US. And that's why he started Ibuumerang, because he came up with a state-of-the-art technology that we're going to talk about. And he thought that it was his responsibility to own this company and bring it to market, as opposed to selling this idea to a CEO of another company to do it wrong. He wanted to take the lead and do it. Again, it's not just about Holton, it's about the leadership team that's got behind him. Understand this. Even though we're a 13-month-old company, this is a brand new startup. We've got centuries of experience combined in how to lead a network marketing company, from a field standpoint, from a third-party standpoint, from a corporate standpoint. Now, to have this type of leadership at the forefront of a company has never been done. So what I like about this is that, we're marketing this opportunity. Yeah, it's a ground floor opportunity, but a lot of ground floor opportunities don't sustain, right? But with us, we've got such a big leadership team that it's going to take us to where we want to go. Most network marketing companies don't actually make it past the first year. We've made it past this first year. Not only have we made it past this first year, we've actually become the fastest growing network marketing company globally in 2019. The fastest growing globally company in 2019 in the whole of home-based business. Since the coronavirus pandemic started, we're the number one momentum in the whole of the industry. And that's powerful. And Holton's even added, and actually you'll lose at the back end of the presentation, but Holton's even added more money into the compensation plan. This is the type of leadership that you join in. Well, most CEOs are looking to make cuts of companies. Our CEOs just casually put another $1 million into a compensation plan for us, right? This is a true company of giving back. That's what a Ibuumerang is. You guys in Australia know that more than me, right? Boomerang, send it out, coming back to you. You guys know that more. So how are we going to bring this vision to the world? It all starts with the PRIB, the Perpetual Residual Income Builder. So what is residual income? Residual income is where you pay once and you get paid again and again and again. So basically, in its simplistic terms, you do something one time and you gain multiple rewards, right? Now, so that's essentially like writing a book, and that book's still selling 20 years later and you're getting paid. That's like Mariah Carey singing All I Want for Christmas Is You 20 years ago, getting paid on average $10 million every single December for the last 20 years. And she's not even been on tour for years. One time for multiple gains. That's what residual income is. Now, the issue with network marketing is that people have marketed residual income, but it's not actually been residual, because the average customer stays on product for 79 days or less. So in my previous companies, I were marketing products, and it were hard enough to sell the products, but then it were even harder to retain your customers buying the products. And the statistics have not changed in 60 years. The average customer stays on products for 79 days. So it's not been as residual as what people think. But what we're going to do is we're going to connect someone to a free platform, and the platform is free for these customers to use. And what happens is, if it's a free for a customer to use, why are they going to quit using it? And they're going to save money compared to everything else out there. So what is the PRIB? How are we going to do this? How is the PRIB going to support you in building your business? The PRIB is data analytics and artificial intelligence. So the first company in network marketing to use artificial intelligence. Now, this is a powerful concept, because what does this mean? Think about Facebook right now. And I'm going to ask you guys to engage really quickly in the chat box. I'm going to ask you a question, and just literally type yes or no, and I'll have a look in the chat box now. Have you ever looked at something on Google, and then what you're looking at on Google has popped up on Facebook within 10 minutes or that same day? So just say you've looked at the iPhone on Google. There's the iPhone, and suddenly just pops up on Facebook, and you think, what are Facebook doing? Listen to me right now. I'll look in the chat box. So Rob's put yes, Tony yes, Cody yes, Dean yes. Awesome. Yes, so you guys are getting involved. I appreciate that. So basically, what that basically means is that Facebook are marketing to you in a smart way. Now, what that basically means is that Facebook are monitoring what you're looking at, and then they're upselling to you based on what you actually want. It's smart business. And the problem has been in the industry of network marketing is that it's not been calculated marketing. It's not been marketed in the right way because it's just been a little bit spamming, a little bit before and after all over social media or catalogs through doors or whatever it is. It's like hoping and praying, right? You're trying to force a product down people's throat that they don't necessarily need or want or even ask you for. Facebook do it brilliantly. They monitor what you're looking at and upsell to you based on what you want. Powerful, right? That's what we're doing. We connect a customer to our platform and the platform does it upselling, which is really, really cool. So how does a Prib support you? It supports your customers with retention. It supports your customers with follow-up. So, you connect a customer to the platform, the Prib's going to upsell extra little things that they're looking at. You're just connecting them to a free platform and the Prib's doing for you what networkers have struggled to do for themselves for years. So how do we do this? We connect our customers to the Igo platform. The Igo platform is completely free to use. Now, in 12 months, the Igo platform has got over 500,000 customers in 12 months. Now, that's powerful. A company to have 500,000 customers in the first 12 months is insane. So that's the front door to our Prib. And then the Prib's going to market additional services on top of that. So the Igo platform is a travel leading platform. Why travel? It's an $8 trillion industry. It's an $8 trillion industry. So here's what our CEO is wanting to do. He's wanting to do what Amazon did 20 years ago. Amazon led with books for the first 2 to 3 years. Amazon led with books with the mindset of, right, we're going to lead with books. We're going to see what our consumers like based on the books that they read. And then we're going to launch more services to the platform based on what our customers actually like. Smart business. They collected data for the first 2 to 3 years. Amazon were patient with the process. Now they're the biggest e-commerce platform on the planet because they made calculated decisions at the start when they launched. Right? Now, can you tell a lot more about a person by the books that they read or where they travel? Where they travel, there's more data to go on. What time of year do they travel? Who do they travel with? What do they do when they travel? What activities do they do? Are they cultural? Do they go to Rome? Are they lifestyle? Do they go to, I'm going to say Gold Coast, but some of you are from Gold Coast, so it's maybe not lifestyle for you guys. Maybe go to Maldives, right? So, you can tell a lot about a person by, where they travel. And it's an $8 trillion industry. And we want to be a global company. We're in 175 countries around the world because we've not got to regulate products. We're just a service online. And we want to be working travel, so we want to be accessible to the masses. So Asia, 6.66 billion a day spent on travel. Europe, $4.8 billion a day. This is a big industry. 20 years ago, it was big, but you had to walk down to the travel agents to book an holiday. Now we've got more data. We've got more access. We can see the world digitally. Facebook and YouTube, just like that. So we want to physically see the world. So, okay, digitally seeing the world, that's making us in his minds want to physically see the world. So travel is an industry that will just continue to grow. Now, with the coronavirus that's going on right now, a consumer would now look at this and think, right, so in 2 to 3 months, this is going to be a good opportunity when people are traveling again. Look, entrepreneurs says, for you guys that are on this call right now, that are taking the time out to listen to a business presentation, you're entrepreneurial minded. Entrepreneur says, look, I'm not going to wait while people can travel again. I'm going to position myself at the forefront of the boom because that's where money's made. Money's made not wait on, it's not made on waiting around. Money's made on thinking, right, the travel industry right now is going to absolutely explode. What are people going to want to do in 2 or 3 months as soon as this is all over? Travel. So how many customers and business builders do you want in place? Think of the boom that you're going to have. So what I'm going to do right now, guys, is I'm going to hand it over to a good friend of mine. I've been working with him now for about 4 or 5 months. And we traveled down to the other end of the UK to support him with his first event. And yeah, just love working with him. And, he's got a cool background because he's been in business for himself before. He's owned his own gym. He's been in a good place in his life. And, he really understands business from a traditional business standpoint. And he's going to share with you, why he chose network marketing, and he's going to share with you, the rest of what we've got to offer there from a customer standpoint and how you guys can get started. So, Curtis, if you just unmute Rob, and then Rob can smash this away. Appreciate your time, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, how are we doing, mate? All right. Can we do stop share on that, and then I can share mine, or is it? Cool, man. Right, wicked. How are we doing, guys? All right. So glad that everyone can make the call and give up time just to support us, and also just check something out which is totally different to anything I've ever seen in my lifetime. And I feel so privileged to know about this so young, that when the company's so early and it's not perfect yet, which is really kind of cool. Just to give a slight background on me, I was in parachute regiment at the age of 16, did literally about 11 and a half years, came out wondering what I was going to do, opened a health and fitness club because I was so into fitness. Did really well, had that 12 years. Came to a point where someone wanted to buy it and the timing was perfect for me, so I sold it. Then I've had 2 other companies, and my latter one now is a tree surgeon, as a tree surgery company. And I've been looking at an exit plan for that for the last about 5-7 years. And I was sort of introducing network marketing. I'm going to call it the old model because you're selling, but I loved it because of the products and it really aligned myself with that. Thinking that would be a good way of getting out of the tree work and making life a little bit easier for me. And like I say, just the retention and, you know, always finding new people, residual income not being true, whereas this is just the opposite to all of that. So I have to thank that company, because if it wasn't for that, I would never have met Tyler. Tyler was definitely the reason why I looked at this, because he was one of the top 10 income earners of Europe in that last company, and suddenly left. And I thought, why is he left? And obviously ended up reaching out to him and then found this. And I never actually got the position of having a presentation. I just saw the vision of where this was going. And I was all in literally from that day. Just to give a little bit as well, I actually used the platform 11 times now, 9 of which have been hotels. And I've saved £1,268 so far by using this platform, which is really cool. Anyway, guys, just to go on onto this slide here, and as you see there, it's an $8.8 trillion industry, and having this massive, the biggest industry in the world, giving that intelligence into the PRIB, which is what Tyler spoke about, and it's bigger than about 3 or 4 or 5 other the top industries put together. So having all of that going into here and starting with this is incredible. Anyway, one thing I didn't know is like Bookings Holdings and Expedia Group own the whole of the travel space really online. They got something like about 95+% of all the companies out there. So when you're thinking you're going on booking.com to book something, and then you think, oh, I'll go and try Agoda or Travelocity or Priceline or whatever else is out there, you are just getting passed around, and they're playing with the numbers because they can sort of alter around roughly 10% of the figures, but they know your IP address and they know exactly what you're doing. Now, who has been on a, like say you looked at something at booking.com, I've done this many times and you really quite like it, but you go looking elsewhere and then find the room goes up 20 or 30 quid because you find that it wasn't cheaper elsewhere. You go back to it and they put the price up. All right. I used to think I was beating the system by phoning my mate, asking him to check out what that room was. And he'd then have my credit card because he could see my original deal. All right, and that's just them playing the system on you guys, yeah? So what these companies do, they get retail prices and then mark them up, all right? And what we do, we come to the umbrella of Extreme Travel with the iGo platform, and we get wholesale prices, which is then passed to us, which is then passed on to your customers and all that as well, which I'll explain how it works. So when you look at our platform, and this is exactly sort of what you see, I'm not going to read out each saving and numbers here, but you're looking at New York there on Expedia, and you've got a certain price, and you look at our iGo platform, and you've got exactly the same room, exactly the same hotel, exactly the same time, but you're saving $161. Now, this currency could be put in any currency. Like when I was in Thailand, using it over there on my just under 8-week holiday, I actually paid on my Thai card and used my Thai account, so it was all in baht. So it's really cool. You can pay with whatever currency you're in or you want to use. So then you're looking at Paris, you've got the saving there is 310, and then car rentals, exactly the same cars, exactly the same time frame, exactly the same everything, but you're saving $171 in this case, which is really kind of cool. So it's obviously a lot better in your pocket than theirs. Whenever you book anything, you always end up with a receipt. So those are your receipts there, which are basically come in an email. And obviously it gives you the information of what you've paid, all your details and what you're saving. But the most awesome thing on here is you get reward credits as well. Right, as a TSA, which is someone in the business like myself, which I'll come on to in a minute, you get reward credits. If you're a customer, which you've given a free site to, you get reward credits. all right? And it keeps that stickiness to the site, which equals free money on future travel. Okay, then, so here's you, 5-star lifestyle at 3-star prices. So you're looking at your core services there as hotels, car rentals, cruises are awesome as well. Not that I've done too much on that, but they actually do packages as well. So you get cruises and cruise packages. What that means is you get a luxury sort of free holiday attached to the cruise, which is awesome, and you can take that later on in the year. Flights are on there. I've taken 2 and used it on the platform. They're not guaranteed, but they're on there as convenience. I was actually comparing with 3 other platforms out there when I booked mine, and they were within, for me, 10 or 20 pounds. So it was so worth me doing it, as in one was £10 cheaper and the other one was £20 dearer. But the good thing is I got the reward credit, so it was a no-brainer, and it was so simple to do. Literally 3 buttons and it was booked. When I say buttons, just tapping on the screen, right? Homes like Airbnb, you got weeks away there, which is basically 7-night stays. Awesome. Then you've got a marketplace where you can actually bid on extremely awesome deals which come up. And then you've got timeshare. Now, to be involved in timeshare, you have to pay thousands, right? And people actually put their homes on this site where we can actually use that as well, which is so cool. Also, you got the reward credits there. The additional lifestyle features. Okay, so I'm not going to read all those out, but say now you're in Orlando, for example, or the Gold Coast where Curtis is, and you're staying in a hotel there, and you're looking around. You go onto that, and if you've got any like theme parks, even restaurants, things like that, activities, whatever, all comes up on there, and they're all at discount to what you would normally pay online or whatever. So that's really cool. You can see there in the middle, 110% price match guarantee. So what that means is if you book somewhere and found it cheaper than 24 hours elsewhere, they'll give you 110% the difference, all right? Now you can see the big car with a vibe written on it. I'm going to talk about that shortly, which is so cool, and it's an awesome thing. Okay, so we're looking at the ambassador platform there on the left-hand side, and then you're looking at the customer platform. As an ambassador, you're allowed to say we get savings of up to 70+%, which is incredible, right? Then as a customer, you get savings of up to 35%. So when you look at these 2 examples here, the wholesale price has been a 41% saving in this scenario. Exactly same hotel, same room, same time, everything. Now, as an ambassador, you're saving dollars. And then as a customer, you're saving half that, right? So it's 212. So when you look at the example here, you've got the guy there giving out a Ibuumerang code to some customers, which is, so it's free, right? They then go and check out the site. They end up saving 212 compared to anything else out there. They're happy as Larry with that. And obviously we are as well, because we've given that code and there's $106 coming back to us. Right, the other half of that goes into what we call the complan and the company. So another 35% goes into the upline and the uni level, so it goes into compensation scheme, and the other 15% goes into the company to keep that healthy, and any updates on the app and things and everything else, so it's all tip top. That has to happen, which is really cool. Okay, so there's literally 2 ways you can do this as a business, right? So customers, remember, are totally free. They're nothing to do with this whatsoever. And this is what I love about this, because it's true, free, awesome residual income, right? So the customers are free. They're never going to leave this. Why would they? Because there's going to be so many things, not just travel, on this platform. All right, so they'll have an app eventually. This is how new we are. We haven't even got that yet. So anyway, when you look at the customer model there, you've got the customer, myself there now, just not trying to, recruit anybody or enroll anybody or sponsor anybody. It's just me dishing out codes. Now, I've definitely got more than 10 friends. The way this model looks at is the fact that they've worked out an average of a family of 4 or whatever, going on holiday once a year, they save $600. So in this case, times that by 10 is 6,000. Half of that comes back to you. Now then, the other way of doing it is why we've tried to introduce a few people to have a look at this opportunity, which is unreal. If you then build a team of, say, 50 people, now that's not you going to go and find 50 people, right? This is you introducing maybe a couple of people who introduce a couple, and it just goes on from there. Eventually you have 50, you may have someone who goes to work like crazy and they introduce 50 by themselves, right? So it's just mental where it can go. But anyway, we're looking at 50. So you look at the 50 there, 10 boomerangs each gives you 500, and then you've got the average saving of $600, and then that works out as a customer volume. It's 575, which a 10% override of that gives you basically 20,712 per year. All right, and this model is so watered down, guys. Okay, which is really cool. Right, we're looking at the rideshare industry next, and I'm going to talk about that very shortly. That is a really cool industry to be a part of. So you're looking at IGO going into the PRIB. Okay, that's our front door. All right, which is, I can't express how excited I am about this. We've got the biggest industry in the world by absolute miles. Okay, with 500,000 customers at 12 months, we're near on 600,000 now, or just over that, with possibly, well, with they forecasting over 2 million by the end of the year, with just the compounded numbers and all of that. So you've got all that data going into the PRIB, all right, which is absolutely, this is liquid gold to any companies out there. Alton Bugs right now is acting like Dragon's Den. He's got various companies coming to him, trying to offer their services to come onto this platform, which is going to be so cool for us. So the first vertical there is what we've got is the Vibe has now come on and up and running in Texas and Florida, and it's going to be open in Dallas very soon as well. So then you're looking at you know, you've got 3, like another vertical there, and 4 another vertical there. So you're looking at, there's Boom Mobile, which apparently is coming out in the near future at some point. So that's going to be awesome. You won't have to do anything. When it is launched, all the customers which are in there already will be just notified saying, look, Boom Mobile's available, and it'll be upsold to them. And you just end up with people having mobiles, paying a mobile bill, and you getting a little bit of a take off that each time. Then there's looking at fuel cards, they're looking at possible cinema tickets and whatever else goes onto that PRIB, which is going to be amazing. Whoops. Right, guys, we're looking at the rideshare industry. So it's a $1.2 trillion industry, the transport industry, right, which is massive. Okay, so the rideshare alone is 24.4 billion. And it's growing, all right? Like, there's so many people looking at the gig economy now and wanting to do side hustles and things like that. And like Uber, that type of industry is some sort of vibe is so in the right place. So there you're looking at 98 million riders and 5.3 million drivers, right? Which is awesome. Now then, what's different about this is the fact that you can actually earn money from this, right? So Vibe is awesome in by itself, because you can actually choose your vibe, which is so appropriately, the name is awesome, in the fact that you can choose your aircon or the temperature you want in the car, what music you want, even down to if you wanted a male or female driver, if you were a female coming back from a club one night and you're a bit worried, you know, so there's all these options there for you to choose your own vibe. But the best thing is there's 3 ways to earn, okay? So you can earn when you drive, earn when others drive, and earn when you have your customers ride in there. Okay, so how cool is that? I'll explain this a little bit more. So we're looking at a fare breakdown here, call it the 100%, right? We're looking at $100 fare. Now, I know Curtis has said before that his taxi ride or rideshare ride back to his house from the airport is $100, so there are fares like this. And the average one is obviously, I don't know, $25 to $15, something like that, but this is how it works. So you introduce the driver. The driver wants to be a Vibe because he actually gets more money with a Vibe. He gets 75% or $75 in this case. As opposed to Uber's, it's in and around 60, possibly less than that. So they're obviously earning more money right from the get-go. Then if you've introduced that driver, you get a 3% of whatever fare ride he does in the future, okay, which is so cool. Now then, the other 3% or $3 in this scenario goes up into the drive share pool, which goes further up into the comp plan. Now you look at the other side of the fence, the ride has been introduced to the Vibe by somebody. So the ride referrer, okay, gets $3 in this scenario, or 3%. And then the person who introduced that person also gets $3, and it goes up into the ride share pool, into the comp plan. Every time a Vibe ride is taken, a child gets fed through the Boom Foundation, which is the charity side of this, which is so cool. Okay, so do I boomerang? Right? Do you boomerang? Absolutely. All right. And this is just going to be a household name. You know, we talk about, where did you get that on YouTube, or do you get it on eBay, or did you Google that? It'll probably shorten to, did you boom that, or did you iBoom that? You know, people will be saying this is just going to happen in the future naturally. And I can't emphasize enough, guys, right? Any single person on this call right now, you're so lucky in the fact that I absolutely guarantee you this, in, you know, a year, 2 years, 5 years, everyone will be end up having an app and they'll be talking about this next year. All right. Do you want to be a person on this call where you can actually be part of it and you're earning money from it? Or are you just going to be sitting there thinking, oh man, I wish I got involved with that when I was on this call that time? Right then, how do you get started? All the latest ways. You've got the QR codes there. You could literally just scan that code here and now, and that will take you straight onto an activation page where you actually put a code in. Excuse me. So literally, every time someone activates a code, again, a child is nourished through the Boom Foundation. So even if you, you know, any customer, any friend you give this to, you know, there's that charity side happening as well. Okay then, so why are we here? We all want to know a little bit about the money, right? And this is really, really awesome because you've got first class, business class, or coach class. So you can come in 3 different entry levels, but I'm just going to talk about first class just for the moment. What happens is that, say I introduce somebody like Curtis, which is actually what happened. Basically what then happened to me is I got paid $90. Every time Curtis introduces somebody, I actually, which is really, really cool, I actually get $18. Even though I might not be doing any work at all, right? Then that person introduces somebody, I still get paid $12. And then that person introduces somebody, I still get paid $12. So what it is, this 5-star accelerator bonus is awesome because I'm still getting paid even when, so you're not just normally on a network marketing company, you just get a one-time payment for introducing somebody. But on this scenario, this is another way I get paid. Okay, so this is really, really cool. And if you can imagine there, just on, you know, that compensation plan down to 7 levels gives me $180 just on one person. Okay, just to give you a little bit of a quick one on that, if everybody sort of did 2, like Curtis does 2 people, that person does 2 people, that person does 2 people, you can, when you get to the bottom there, you're looking at $4,700, which is awesome, right? Anyway, moving on. Okay, another way you get paid is when you introduce somebody. So there's me now. I've introduced Curtis left and Steve on my right, just for the scenario. That then makes me active for this dual team bonus. Now then, I help those people then start enrolling people as well, and you end up with certain size legs on each side. Okay, so on this scenario here, we've got 10,000 total amount of volume which has come up created on that leg, and then the other side has been 5,000. As you can see on that side, it's times by 20%. So that meant there was about $1,000 coming back up to me because they always look at the weaker leg as you're getting paid on, because that's your team builder leg. Now, this, I don't want to go over anyone's head. It can be explained a lot later on by either myself or whoever introduces you, whatever. Now, obviously on this here, this is the only one you're maxed out on at 250 grand a week, which I'm sure, I think we'll let them off with that, okay? It's not bad, $1 million a month. And I'm not going to talk any more about that, apart from you've got the small print down the bottom there saying 10 or 20%, which will come apparent later on if you just bear that in mind. Okay, then, so there's the first way you would actually start in this business is everyone has to pay $49 or £37. That just gives you your license to get started in this business. And that's pretty much I'm going to say on there. Then you actually go into this business by buying one of these 3 packages. Okay, the first package, as you can see there, gives you coach class, gives you hotels, flights and rental cars. So that's what you would see on your platform. Okay, you only get 10 boomerangs, which you can then get savings. What the customers see, everything on the platform, right? So you give those, you're only getting 10. Then the dual team look at that, you're only getting 10%, as opposed to, remember on that diagram was 20%, because they had a higher rank and they were obviously on first class as well. So that's another little bit to look at. Then you've got the business class, you've got the same as coach, but you've now got cruises on there to look at as well. You've got 25 boomerangs from the get-go, and you know, that gives you obviously a lot more codes and a lot more customers straight away. And then you get in now on the dual team 12%, which is a lot better. And then you also get, you know, a better deal on any VIP reservations, whatever. You get 1 week on that. The coach just gets it with everyone else. And then the first class, you get everything. Okay, your platform gives you absolutely everything. You get 50 boomerangs, and now you're getting 15% on that dual team, which is really, really wicked. And you are getting any deals coming out 2 weeks before anyone else. Now then, you're seeing how much those deals are. They're 250 American US dollars for the coach, 500 for business, and 1,000 for first class. But what's been really, really cool is Alton Buggs, the owner of the company, obviously, he has seen the economic climate at the moment and realized that with everything what's going on, he's done a deal for this month only at $750. I wish I had that, but that's the way it was. That works out at £600. The $250 in English is £192-ish. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say on there. Now, if you ended up on coach because you couldn't, you know, at the moment go for first class, you can upgrade at any stage. You know what I mean? So what happens with that, when I say you can upgrade, you've got 60 days to actually just pay the difference in monies. So that's a really, really cool as well. And this, guys, all I can say is the price of these packages is the investment for a business. Like my tree surgery business, this wouldn't even pay for one chainsaw, right? You know what I mean? I mean, it's so cheap just to have a package. Like I've already said on my holiday that the total amount I've saved now is £1,268. Well, obviously I'm well over the 600 first class, double that, you know what I mean? So that's what so what I'm trying to say there is I just think for business is unreal. Now, the only other thing you have to pay there is a $99 subscription, which is American dollar, or it's £75, £6 English money. That gives you all your back office and everything. So for you to have access to the platform, access to give boomerangs, access to see what your team's doing, access to see exactly what your business is doing, and you can take it anywhere you decide to put your mobile phone and your body to actually do it, whether it's a beach, a hotel, a house, or wherever it is. So I think that is absolutely incredible. Right, guys, all what's left is when are we joining, or if it's for you or not. Okay, I'm going to stop share here and I'll open that back up because I know Curtis wanted to say a few words after this. And thanks so much again for your time, guys. I hope that was okay for you.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Rob. That was absolutely brilliant. Thank you to Tyler as well. Guys, so obviously you guys have all seen the presentation now. When I see this presentation, I was just blown away. If you can actually really grasp the concept of what this is and where it's going, this is going to be a household name, like Rob said. When I see this opportunity, I was just everyone's got a possibility of winning here. You haven't got to sell anything. So there's people out there that can just find customers to help them save money. So people are saving money to get paid. And I was just that's a win-win situation. And then when I see the vision of this company, it just absolutely blew my mind. If you want, we can send you the vision video from Alton Buggs, the owner of this company. And when you see that and what he really means and what he really wants to achieve, you'll be so grateful that someone's shown you this. I've got a couple of people on here I'm going to pick out just to give a bit of a testimonial already in the company. So I'm just going to unmute Lucy Hunt first. There she is. Oh. Hey, Lucy, how you going?
Hi, guys. Nice to meet you all. Hey,
Awesome.
Curtis.
Hey,
yeah, I am just a regular girl that just decided that she wanted a little bit more out of life than working 9-hour days for somebody else's back pocket. So I'm 32 years old. I live in London. I've worked in oil and gas my entire life. I've just been waking up at 6:30 every day, coming back at 7:30 at night. And I just really woke up to the idea of that unless I changed my mindset and started thinking a little bit bigger, I was going to be in the exact same position in the next 10 years' time. So I had a few, I don't want to say icky feelings about network marketing, only because I didn't really understand leverage. And I also didn't feel I was worthy of success. So when I looked at this and the ease and the flow and the support and how easy it is to just build in the pockets of your life. So I work 9-10 hour days sometimes, and I just build my business in the pockets of my life. And what's been really interesting is that, having been part of the company and seeing different business models in the past, it's so different with how it's structured, because the recruitment side is you don't have to recruit people in this to make money. And it's a bit of a game changer for anybody that's looked at online business that perhaps doesn't feel they're confident, just like me. But I just want to be a stand for anybody that feels they're not good enough. You absolutely are good enough, and there's so much opportunity here, so much support. And yeah, I don't believe I've come this far just to come this far, and I want a better life for myself, and my future family. And yeah, if you're on the fence, go for it. It's been the best decision of my life. 5 months in, I've met lifelong friends. I'm really happy. I've made an extra £6,000 in my back pocket, which is amazing. So yeah, let's rock it out, guys. I look forward to working with you. Add me on Facebook if you've got any questions or anything. But yeah, you are absolutely capable of this, and anybody can do it. If I can do it, you can do it.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Lucy. That's great. Also, I'd like to reach out to Beverly Price. I'll just unmute Beverly. Is it going to work? Yeah.
I'm muting
Awesome.
myself.
Awesome. Thank you, Beverly.
So yeah, just a bit of background from me. I'm originally from the UK, but I spent 22 or 20 years in Australia, in Sydney, working for somebody else again. You know, working, you know, long hours and making somebody else wealthy. So what I didn't like about it, as Rob's talked about, is like basically when I was running my own business, but at the end of the day, I didn't want all the hassles of staff, you know, shops, stock, logistics, etc. So when I came across network marketing 7 years ago, yeah, they do all that for you. So I was like, you know, tick, tick, tick. It actually allowed me to have a business that's global. So I now in the UK, but I'm going to go back and live in Nelson Bay, actually, in Australia. So I can take this business anywhere in the world, which is really exciting to me. And one thing I would say to you guys, I mean, like, we're all new in this. That's what's really exciting. The company's new. You probably haven't heard of it before, because this is like being in the start of Amazon, right? And if you can imagine having Amazon shares when they were $2 versus now when they're 2,000, that's the level you're coming in on. So while we're all not working, all at home, you know, we are absolutely booming this business. It's had a 12% growth last month because people are at home, either being paid or not being paid, and are either watching Netflix or they're trying to learn and grow themselves. So all I can say to you is, if this is something for you, if you're ambitious for yourself and your family, then absolutely jump on board now.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Beverly. That was brilliant. All right, guys. On your screen, you should all see there's a button there that says chat. If you can click on that chat, right? So what I'm going to say is, if there's going to be between a 1 and 3 here. If you're a 1, you guys are like, you're not interested in the business side, but you want to take advantage of these savings on the travel platform, type 1 in the bar. If you're a 2, you're someone who's really interested in the business, but just wants a little bit more information. If you're a 3, you're ready to go. If you type it in the chat bar where you're at, we can get an idea where you are and what you want out of this. Okay. So obviously we can't read your mind. So we don't want to just like start not following you up, or following you up and you don't want us to, right? So we don't want to annoy anyone at the same time. Like you can see, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I see this, and we want to help you guys build a team as much as possible. Also, if you guys want a presentation like this to launch your business, we're well and happy, truly enough, to do that for you, to help you guys get started in this business too. All right. Well, thank you very much, guys. If you are ready to get started now, stay on. If not, that's all good. We'll touch base with you. Rob wants to say something quick.
Sorry, can I unmute? Yeah, so if anyone wants any more questions or anything like that, please just stay on, and we can answer anything. And because obviously this is only a very quick overview, there's so much information here, and I know a lot of people you know, won't take everything in straight away, because there's so much more to what we just said to this as well. All right, this is just a I would say a brief overview. So yeah, it'd be cool if anyone else got any questions or anything like that, and I can expand a little bit more on a couple of things as well. So no problem, guys.
Yeah, does anyone have any questions? Fire away. Or we do it one at a time, not everyone.
One thing as well, just while people are thinking maybe or whatever, just regarding codes and things like that, right, and how you can give this out. Like, this is so easy, yeah? As in, I've got, like, I printed off a card here. It's just like a postcard, literally. It makes it, you know, very professional, whatever. And all it is, it's got the QR code on there, and then it's got the code for people to just type in themselves and just activate it. Now, just for example, like, say if you know of anyone who's got a business, anyone who's, you know, literally it could be someone who's in recruiting, accountant, solicitor, whatever, that way, and they've got a database of people, or it could be someone who owns a bar, a restaurant, anything with people who have footfall coming in there, who could put that code on the back of a till receipt, to a coaster on a table, to a, I don't know, something next to the menu, And if it's someone who's got like a database of people, you could literally thank you very much for your custom and send them the link, and they could just put that code in, and that business then is then getting people. The other thing as well, regarding codes, it's what's really, really exciting me, that this, when it becomes an app, and possibly even before the app, I was over in Houston and saw a massive event over there, and that what's actually happening is customers are incentivized to share the platform, be it an app, be it the actual platform. I'm not sure if it's actually active yet, but it's going to be. But what that means is that if they share with their friends, so you give someone a code, they share it with their friends, and what then happens is you have another customer you've done no work for whatsoever, but you can get 50% on their savings, right? They might share with 10 people, and the compound of numbers, and you could end up with a load of customers that you've never had anything to do with, but you're now getting paid on all of those. Now, this is where the vision is, and this is where it's going, and this is 100% why I'm so excited, and it has kept me up at night. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say. But if there's any more questions or anything like that by anyone, I'd just love to help there.
No sleep for us, Rob, is there? No sleep.
No. The other thing as well, guys, if you wanted to hear this presentation again, there's literally another call. This is how mental this is going, right? There's another call going on in literally 5 minutes in the UK at 11 o'clock, right? So, you know, we can give you the link to that, or we can, you know, these calls are going off all the time, right? We have a Boom TV, which is from corporate, which put it on a Zoom and on a Facebook page. And they happen like two or three times a day in different languages, right? So you have hundreds of people joining these all the time. And this is why this thing is going massive, and it's done more than Facebook and Amazon combined in 2 years. And this company didn't. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, has anyone got anything to ask, or, you know, unsure?
Got some seats. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit different. Yeah, nice.
All right, well, guys, probably the best way to do this, we're not all talking over each other, is the person who introduced you to this call, if you're still on the call now, they will ring you and run through everything. What going forward is find out what more information you want. If you want more information, or if you're ready to get started, we can get ready to go now. Obviously, like Rob said, there's another call straight on after this. If you want to just jump on that to listen to it again, you can just send us a message, or we can just send you over a link, which basically is called the Hider Site, and it explains exactly what we just explained to you as well, which is an interactive link. But I think we should all jump off and give each other a call and go from there. I think we can see where most people are at. So like Cody, who wants more info, Tony, more info, Paola's ready to get started. Awesome. My wife, she's ready to get started. Tanya wants a link to be able to save money. So awesome, man. This has been really, really good. We've got another one straight after this. And also we do, me and Rob do calls every single day at this time. So we do the call at 10 a.m. UK time, 7 p.m. Australia time. Yeah, we'll go from there. And I'll give you a call now, Spence. Legend. Awesome. I'll speak to you guys in a bit. Bye.
Cheers, guys.